Oh, hi, everybody. You didn't really think I wasn't going to go with some horses if I possibly could, did you? Everybody knows me out there. You've known me for how long? And you really thought I wasn't going to go with horses today. Wow. Well. I had my first round of physio. Second round. I had a round yesterday. Now, obviously, I was trying to be guarded. And I went to the physiotherapist, and I was there 5 minutes, and he goes, "You horse people," he said, "you're crazy." He wanted to see the accident. I had the video. I had the video on my phone. So I showed him the video, and he shook his head, and he looked me all over, and he said, "Well, first off, did you see a doctor?" And I said, "Well, yeah." No, he said, "You saw a surgeon and an emergency room doctor. Did you go and see a doctor?" He said, "No. How many doctors do you want me to see?" He said, "Well, I can tell you this. First off, you separated your shoulder when you hit the track." Because I told him, I said, "It doesn't hurt, but I hear all this clicking in my left shoulder." I said, "It doesn't hurt at all, but it click, click, click." So he put his hand on it, and I had to do some exercises where I moved my wrist. And he said, "You separated your shoulder. I would assume when you hit the track, you're on pain medication, and you're resting, so it's okay, but I can help with that." And he said, "You have a lump right here in your chest, a lump." And I said, "I just thought I bruised it." He said, "You thought you bruised your chest and it had a lump." And I said, "Well, it happened after the accident. I assumed it was accident related." He said, "Yeah, you popped your rib out right up here." He said, "We can work on that." I can't straighten my right arm without it hurting a lot, and I can't straighten it right out, but it hurts. And I told you, snapping a whip really hurts. I can move this wrist, no problem, but snapping a wrist hurts. He said, "That's coming from the elbow. We can fix that." He said, "All this takes time." I said, "Okay, doc, I got to be honest with you." Well, he wasn't a doc, physio. I called him doc. I said, "I trained 2 horses this morning." So this was yesterday. I said, "I trained 2 horses this morning." He said, "What?" I said, "I wanted to see, how it felt. I was at my own farm. They were going slow miles. I wanted to see." He said, "Well, what did you see?" I said, "It felt good. It felt really good. I can pull enough." I said, "Obviously, I'm concerned. There's not a lot of strength in this hand." So I said, "The good news is I'm not a pitcher. I don't need the same strength to be effective and do my job, but it is concerning." I said, "Furthermore, I'd like to qualify some horses tomorrow. I feel I can. I'm not trying to tell you what I can do. I need you to tell me what I shouldn't do." And he said, "Well, if qualifying is a lot like what you did today," he said, "yeah, you can do it." He said, "I can't recommend it." He said, "I can't recommend it. Obviously, it's high speed. You do need your strength. You can get hurt. But I don't think it will physically hurt you more than anything else." So that's why I was on the track today. I did speak to a physiotherapist about it yesterday. He obviously wasn't warming to the idea of me qualifying, but most importantly, he said it wouldn't hurt me anymore. It certainly didn't today. Did it physically hurt? It didn't tickle, I can tell you that. But as I said to the physiotherapist, whatever you need to do, he said, "Well, I'll tell you what." I told him it was important to me. It wasn't a demand, but it was important to me to be ready for July 1st. And I said, is this unrealistic?" He said, "Of course." He said, "But I can tell you this. What you do tomorrow, so qualifying the horses today, I can have you way better than that for July 1st. He said, "Sir," he said, "this is going to take a long time. I've 40% movement in this wrist. This one hurts. Not bad, though. I was active today on the bike. I was okay." He said he scheduled me in for every day for the next 2 weeks. And it was funny because the girl at the front desk, she said, "I've never seen anybody come every day." And he said, it was funny, he was working on my wrist. He said, "It's going to hurt." And I said, "Don't worry about the pain. Don't worry about the pain. Just whatever you think my body can do, you do." He said, that's not always wise. He said, I need feedback from you. I need to tell you. So he's stretching my hand, and it is hurting. I'm like biting my lip, and he's like, are you okay? And I said, yeah. He said, you're full of shit. He said, you literally have a tear running down your cheek. Yeah, I'm just so happy. Stop, phone. So, why is this thing being stupid, I wonder? He said, so, the accident being 10, 0 being perfect, he said, how much did that hurt? I said, about 11.5. He said, you can't do more than a 7, maybe an 8. He said, I know you think you can work through it. You're the type of guy. I've seen people like you, and you're easy to work with. You're hard to work with in the sense you try to do too much. You're easy to work with in the sense that you know what it takes to get back, or you're willing to put in what it takes to get back to normal. You're the type of guy, I tell you to do a set of 10, you want to do a set of 50. He said, if I tell you to do a set of 10, you do a set of 10. I said, okay. So he's going to see me the next 2 weeks, and he's told me he believes he can have me ready to rock July 1st, not 100%. He said, he said, if you needed your strength and you needed your mobility in this wrist to be what it was, it's going to be a long time, and that crack went into the wrist, into the joint. You're not going to be ever what you were at 100%, but I can get you back good. So I reaffirm my pledge that I'll be ready to go July 1st. Don't take these qualifiers as me being back just yet. Obviously, qualifiers aren't like races. I was very guarded with myself today. But I'm kind of back in the sense if I have to be back, I will. I am going to qualify just a tad on Tuesday, and I do plan on driving Oso Pine Friday in Ohio. But I'm not picking up any catch drives, and I'm not coming down looking for work. But I'm here. Let's not say I'm back, but I'm here. So, now that 7 minutes have been wasted talking about me and me qualifying today, let's get into what took place today. A lot of good things took place today, a lot of bad things. For those of you watching, you saw the races were slower. It was really cold. It's 22 now. It's beautiful. It was like 9 degrees this morning and very windy. That's why you saw, it just doesn't affect the horses with the wind, but the track feels dead. And you saw a lot of slow miles. But again, this is where our clients should take into account what I always tell you. Don't pay attention to the time. Pay attention to the horse. That last qualifier, Rose Run Valiant, it's mile 58. I guarantee you it is. He's ready to go. Johan wasn't as good as I hoped, but we're going to work on it. I saw Johan today. I was happy with his temperament. I'm going to bring Johan over every day next week and work at him at this track. Johan is there. He understands what his work is due. I'm glad he got beat today because he realizes that it isn't as easy as he thought it was. But I could tell when he came off the track, he's willing. He's getting closer. I could see it in him. That might sound stupid, but maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Rose Run Valiant had a lot more work. I told you what was coming for Rose Run Valiant. He knew it today, too. James says, you just got to bring him up to the gate and let him look at it. I said, no. The training wheels come off last week. He's here to work today. And that mile and 2-2 was a mile and 58. Don't kid yourself. So I'm going to run through all the horses. It was a bit of a scattered day. Some were good, some were okay. Obviously, Spirited Dio, I'll get that out of the way, made a break today. Jody had trouble today, didn't he? Willpower Fashion made a break at the wire. Nothing I hate more than horses that make breaks at the wire. Jody said it's my fault, and yeah, not the end of the world. Willpower Fashion, I'll school him, I guess. If his first line is enough to get him into the Stallion Series, which we're probably going to start him in, then I'm just gonna school him at 59. I know he can go there. If it's not enough, then he'll come back and qualify next week. But I'll do a little investigating and find out if it's enough. What else? Spirited Dio run, Willpower Fashion run. Who else Jody go with today? Oh, Rose Run Versatile, sitting in the 2-hole and run. We all have those crappy days, I guess. Rose Run Versatile, I'll actually take blame for that. I went on, she was going out in the track. I was going to go with her, but I was still timid, right? I had just gone with Ailson. I was a little cautious. And I thought Jody went with her last time. He knows her. I let her hobbles out a little bit, thinking she'd be fine, and she wasn't. Just watch the replay. You'll see what I'm talking about. Watch the replay closely. She puts in a few steps in the last turn before he finally loses her. She's running in. That's her looking for a hobble, interfering just a hair, looking for a hobble, and then just rolling off. Just wasn't a good day for either of those horses, but they'll bounce back. Where did we start? We can start in the first two. Started in race 3. Rooney Blue Chip made a break leaving. He wasn't as good warming up today. I actually warmed him up. That was my first trip in a race bike since my injury, was Rooney Blue Chip. I warmed him up, but I didn't go with him. I'm going to take him and Spirited Dio down to the vet. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not worried. Rooney Blue Chip won a mile in 2-1, 28-3 last week. He's there, but he still looks like a baby and feels like a baby, where these other horses are starting to shake that rust off and look like race horses. That's what I want to see. I don't see that from Rooney yet. That's not the end of the world. Rooney's a big green colt. Is he going to be ready for the end of the month for stakes? No. He's not going to New Jersey. But he'll be here. He'll be here, and he'll have stuff all summer long. Don't worry about Rooney. We're going to take care of Rooney and turn him into a really nice horse, I hope. All the makings of a nice horse are there. He's just not tightened up. His bolts aren't tight. And that's not a big deal. I'm telling you, he's just not ready to trot in 57 just yet. It's there. He's just not ready to go there yet. So don't worry about the break today. We'll requalify Rooney Blue Chip, I'd say, in 2 weeks' time, and then start racing him. I'm not aiming for the end of the month New Jersey Sire Stakes for him. I just don't think it's realistic and it's fair to the horse. He's not near 100%. It's much like me, right? I could go out and drive 5 horses tonight, but would I be doing anybody any favors? Maybe not. I think it helped today because Rose Run Valiant, Path of Totality, and I almost guarantee you, if anybody but me had gone with her, she would have run. And that's not saying, oh, I'm great. I warmed that filly up 3 trips today. Scored her down, tightened her hobbles, scored her down, tightened her hobbles, scored her down, and then I went with Path of Totality. That wouldn't have happened if it wasn't Anthony sitting behind her. So she wouldn't have qualified today and looked great for it. Rose Run Valiant wouldn't have done what he just did. I can guarantee you that, because somebody would have babied him, and I took his diapers off long before he went to the gate. Rose Run Valiant was dialed in and ready to rock today. Who was the other one? Ale Sun. Anybody could have got her around. What a sweetheart. That's a nice filly. She's 2 weeks behind these horses. That was a big mile. If he doesn't have the hood on her, if I have earplugs on her, and I put her in gear coming out of the turn, globetrotting might have got me, but not like that. She's a very, very nice filly. Very happy with the Ale Sun. So let's start back at the start. Willpower Fashion made a break. I'll blame Jody because Jody blamed Jody. All right? So that's fine. Rooney Blue Chip made a break. That happens. We're going to get him looked at by the vet. No lameness issues. He just didn't feel like he was ready to trot in 2-1 last week and come right out and go again this week. That just tells me he's not quite ready. Not the end of the world. Tons of speed. Horse that's ready to rock. And James did a great job with him today. It was yours if you wanted. You know, not a lot of quarters better than 30 seconds on the trotting side today, I don't think. Yours if you want it was very, very good this morning. This is one of our nicest colts in Ohio. Nice to see Rose Run Valiant show up today. And he was faster. This colt's a freak. And if he just gets his head on straight, keeps it buttoned to his shoulders, he'll be just fine. What else do we got here? Race 4, Jailhouse Master was good, a little flat on the end of it. James said he was on the left line. It might send him to the vet also. This colt's ready for a mile in 59 or 2 minutes. I said that last week. You saw 2-4 today. James let him walk over the half in 3, and he just got lost on the front end. But a flat line, trust me, this colt's ready for 59, 2 minutes. What else do we got? Race number 5, we had nothing. Race 6, Beach Boutique was good. Sylvain said improved. A little rolly. I said we did her knees. He said she's one of them ones where I come back and put Adequate in her knees again and race her once here. So our plan for our boutique girl, we're going to do her knees again with Polyglycan or Adequate and then come back. Sylvain's going to race her here once, her first start, and then off to Pennsylvania. He was I said, is she okay? Is she good? Or does she have talent? He said, she's got talent. So nobody's going to hook their wagon to that star and say, oh, she's fantastic. She's got to prove it. But he said, no, she's got talent, which I was happy. I gave him an out. He could have said, no, she's okay. No, he said, no, she's got talent. So he was happy with her. I'm happy with her. Race 7, we had nothing. Just want to make sure I don't miss somebody here. No. Race 8 was my first. No, it wasn't. That was Rosa and Versatile. What about Just For Me and You? Welcome back. Wow, she looked good. Again, disregard the time. Watch the mile. Watch how confident and strong this filly is down the lane. James did a great job there. Even James pulling up. He actually asked us. He said, did you change anything with this filly? He said, she was fantastic. He said, she's just getting back to where she was. We all know this is a fantastic filly. This is the way she's supposed to look. My bad on Rosa and Versatile. I have to apologize to my wife. Obviously, we own a piece of her. I had the hobbles a little long on her. A few little changes. This filly looked great, though. She was going to be right there with the other one. So that was race 8. Then we bounce out race 9. My first trip since hitting the track behind the gate. Ale Sun was awesome. Now, I scratched Miss Mischief Maker. She had a bunch of vet work done. Just too quick to come back with her. And having said that, I come back with Johan. That might have played a role today also. But Miss Mischief Maker, I wasn't going to go with her. She'll go next week. Ale Sun was tremendous. Spirited Dio made a break. We're going to have to do something there. I'm going to have to go with her next start. I'm not making fun of Jody. He knows the filly well now. But I'm going to have to go with her next start. I'm going to take her up to the vet and get her looked at. She'll come back next week. That is a filly I would like to have in New Jersey. It's my wife calling. That is a filly I would like to have in New Jersey for sure. Really, really good filly. Got to get her flat line into her, though. So, Spirited Dio, she's ready to rock anytime she wants to put it all together and do it right. She just needs a hobbles crazy tight, and we'll put them on her crazy tight next week. Globe Trotting looked tremendous. This filly looked great, didn't she? Bounced off cover and sprinted to the wire. No mercy, no hesitation. I love that about her. And take nothing away from Ailsund. She did a lot of heavy lifting. Look where I came from. You want to know why I moved her? I was protecting my wrist. My biggest fear is being in a position where I have to use strength that I used to have, that I don't have anymore. And I wasn't going to let myself be put in that position today. So I moved Ailsund right away. She was outside the last 3/8 and did all the heavy lifting. Blew by Globe Trotting in the last turn. She slid out onto my back, attacked, and beat me up. But Ailsund, don't kid yourself. Legit filly. 10th qualifier, Beach Bum BB, 2-1 last half in a minute or something last quarter, 29 or 28. She looked okay. She's got to do more to prove she's a stake filly. She might just be a horse. There's nothing wrong with that. She's not a bad horse. She's just maybe not a stake filly. She's got some work to do to prove that to me. But a nice horse nonetheless. No vet work needed. Just a beautiful filly. I would like her to be faster, but wouldn't we like them all to be faster? We'd like them all to be faster, but that's just the way it is. We'll see. She's got nothing to worry about. She can take her time proving it to us. Race 11, we had nothing. Race 12, we come back with Path of Totality. Really blue chip hit her knee today. Blew her knee up, swelled it up. A little concerning. She never touched her knee in her life. We made a few shoeing changes. We're going to have to change those back. I am concerned with the way she hit her knee. We've got time to get her ready for her race in Buffalo, but not what I wanted to see. Path of Totality was awesome. Big last half out of her. I just didn't want to. She was giving me fits because I had scored her down. She was hot. And she was giving me fits. I just moved her over and let her trot. She was good today. Still weak. Still looking to make breaks. She is looking to make breaks. She had no chance to make one today. Then we go with Johan and Rose Run Valiant in the finale. And Rose Run Valiant was awesome. Very, very good. Strong. And I kept his attention the whole way. I told you he was lucky I had my cast on last week. I didn't have to rough him up at all today. He did his work. I warned him a couple of times, hit him a swat in the butt once. I could tell Johan was working in the last turn. Now, James said Johan was working in the last turn. This track's bigger than Pennsylvania's. So we're going to have to work on that. Why is he roughing the turns? Is it just the work that we had done on him this week really didn't take a hold yet? That's possible. But we're going to work on him. I'm going to take my boy over here every day this week coming up. We're going to work on him and work on him and work on him until we get it right. Johan is a work in progress. I can tell you who was a work in progress last year and really gave me fits the entire month of June was White Tiger. So, am I saying he's as fast as White Tiger? I want to say yes, but he's got more to prove. So I'm not just going to throw it out there. White Tiger had tremendous speed. Does Johan? I don't know. We're going to find out soon enough, though. I'm going to take him over here and work with him next week. What I saw when I saw the horse come off the track was a horse that understood what just took place. And I know that sounds stupid, but he understood what just took place. And he wants to be a better horse. I hope he wants to be a better horse. And we're going to help him if that is, in fact, what he wants to do. So, that's the qualifying day. Big news is I'm back. Might not be a great thing, I don't know. But you could tell, I talked to Casey Coleman after. I said, I don't want to be as arrogant as to say me being back is better for everybody. But I know a lot of these horses that other guys don't, right? You can see that. Rose Run Valiant, Mario's gone with him. He didn't get driven like that last week. Path of Totality, I can almost guarantee you she wasn't going to qualify. I didn't go with her today. And that's not because I have some sort of secret recipe for Path of Totality. That's because I know the filly. I know what she can do, and I know what she's trying not to do. And I was one step ahead of her today. And then Ailsun, really, anybody could have went with Ailsun. What a sweetheart. It was a good day. A good day. Yeah, Spirited Dio bothered me. Yeah, I wish Johan was better today. Yeah, I wish I just didn't bring Rooney Blue Chip over. And I wish I had had the hobbles tighter on Rose Run Versatile. These are all fixable mistakes. Rooney Blue Chip is destined to be a good horse. I'm not going to hurt him. So he's not going next week. We're going to get him looked at by the vet. We'll probably school him a week from Tuesday, see how he feels, and then we'll qualify him after that. So don't be upset if you're Rooney Blue Chip owners. Be mad at me. I guess we could have not qualified him. But today, knowing what they can't do is almost as important as knowing what they can do sometimes, right? And Rooney Blue Chip was not ready for back-to-back big miles. It's a very important thing to know. He wasn't ready for back-to-back big miles. And that's fine. That's just maturity, strength, soundness. We can work on all that stuff. Rose Run Versatile was ready today. That was my fault. All in all, pretty good day. Buckle up. Next week are the Ontario Breds. June 22nd, next Saturday in 8 days, they will be coming over here. We'll have a few more coming over also. Spirit of Dio will be coming over. Rooney won't. Versatile might. I think today's break from Versatile wasn't a white flag being waved. It wasn't a filly that was sore or hurting or didn't want to do her work. She wasn't equipped well. It was my fault. That one wasn't Jody. I'll blame Jody for willpower fashion. I'll blame Spirit of Dio for being really tricky. And I'll blame myself for Rose Run Versatile. So, a great day for me. I was terrified. Not scared to drive. I'm never scared to drive. I love driving. It feels like I'm sitting at home in my bed when I'm driving. But I don't want to let my clients down, right? I don't want to go out there and make a fool of myself or do something I shouldn't or hurt myself. And none of that happened today. So it was a good day for me. It was a good day for you. It was a good day for the stable.ca. Very, very happy. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm just going to get a bite to eat with Amy. I'm going to go back and take a look at Really Blue Chip. She didn't hurt that knee bad, but anytime they hit that knee and it blows up, it's a problem. So we're going to work on that. She's never done that before, never had an issue before. We'll take care of that and move forward. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Hope everything was great today for you. I know some of you, maybe it wasn't, but for the most of you, it was a great day. It was a good day for me. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.